In the beginning, Seletar Temple Methodist Church started worshipping at Seletar Air Base at the wooden shed which was next to St. Martin Lane. The church held Sunday worship services, WSCS, MYF and Sunday School. In 1935, Reverend Subramaniam of Tamil Methodist Church, with the help of Reverend S.M. Devadasan and Reverend S.S. Bhaktinadan, formed Seletar Tamil Methodist Church at Seletar Air Base.
In 1937 to 1947, Mr. Ponnaya, who was a teacher at the Anglo-Chinese Continuation School, was appointed together with Mr. Devasagayam, started regular worship services on Sunday. During the Japanese occupation of 1942 to 1945, the church went through difficult times. However, with the grace of the Lord, the worship service was continued under the leadership of Mr. Devasagayam and Mr. Ponnaya.
In 1948 to 1960, Mr. Watson, Mr. Whitwan, Mr. Challam Joshua Baruch assisted in conducting regular Sunday worship services. In 1960 to 1967, Reverend E.J. Dorey Singer was appointed as pastor in charge of Seletar Tamil Methodist Church.
In 1967 to 1974, Reverend Prabhudas Roberts was appointed as pastor in charge with Mr. C.D. Pandian as an assistant pastor. Both conducted regular house visitations, prayer meetings at the members' home at Seletar Air Base. Mrs. Prabhudas helped with the Sunday School and WSCS. Mr. and Mrs. Isaac helped and guided the youth group and trained the Sunday School teachers. Mr. Philip Jesudas was appointed as a supply pastor from 1975 to 1979. After the last withdrawal of the British from Seletar Air Base, the church was given a notice to move out as the Singapore Air Forces wanted to acquire the building.
In 1980, Reverend Martin Alphonse was appointed pastor in charge. In the same year, with the help of Reverend Daniel and Reverend E.J. Dorey Singer, we acquired a worship place at Abundant Grace Presbyterian Church at Jalan Kayu. The Sunday worship service was as early as 7 a.m. From 1980 to 1992, the pastors in charge were Reverend Dr. Martin Alphonse, Reverend Prem Kumar, and Reverend I.G. Sundaraj.
In 1978 to 1979, most church members had to move out of Seletar Air Base and move to their new homes at Ang Mo Kio, Serangoon, and Hougang. Therefore, we wanted the church to be nearer to the congregation. In 1992, with help of Reverend Daniel, we moved to Syrian Orthodox Church at Yio Chu Kang. The pastors appointed were Reverend Milton Lazarus and Reverend Philip Abraham.
We had some limitation of time for ministries at Syrian Orthodox Church. Therefore, we were praying for another place of worship. In 1996, the Lord blessed us with the wonderful place of worship that was Salem Chapel at Thompson Hill Drive. The pastors in charge were Reverend Prabhu and Reverend Ebenezer Mohan.
In 2004, Reverend Prabhu was reappointed again as pastor in charge. The Lord gave us a vision to start an outreach program at east of Singapore in Pasir Ris, Tampines and Bedok. We conducted house visitations, prayer meetings and worship services every Saturday at members' home.
In 2005, the Lord has blessed us with a place of worship at St. George's Chapel at Changi Loyang Avenue. We also want to thank and acknowledge Reverend Lorna Koo, former pastor of Living Hope Methodist Church, for facilitating the move to St. George's Chapel. We have been worshipping at Changi since 2005. Our service starts from 8 a.m. every Sunday. The pastors appointed were Reverend Prabhu, Reverend Vincent Samuel, Pastor T. Jivanandam, Pastor C. Saranan, and Reverend R. James Naglan. The church property's landlord is the Singapore Land Authority. Maranatha Presbyterian Church and Seletar Tamil Methodist Church are co-tenants of the SLA.
In 2013, with the help of former Bishop Dr. Reverend Robert Solomon, we started Bedok Preaching Point at Bedok Bethesda Tampines Church. The worship service starts at 6 p.m. every Sunday. We see some progress at the Bedok Point.
We have been blessed with a memorable journey in which our Lord has led us through various locations of worship, beginning from Seletar Air Base till now at Changi. with addition of Buddha preaching point. Here are some pictures of our ministries and events of our church.